Boxing Doc. Welcome back, boxing family. How can Canelo stop Triple G from stopping him? Yes, let me finish the sentence before you guys jump to any conclusions. I don't see Canelo stopping Triple G, so how can Canelo stop Triple G from stopping him? This is the third video in the series that I have going so far, Boxing Doc's Prognosis, specifically on the Canelo versus Triple G fight. If you guys haven't seen the past two videos, I'll link it in this video so you guys can check them out, just so you have some context and greater perspective to understand this particular video. I've decided to call this video Boxing Doc's Prescription because Canelo is going to need all the performance enhancing drugs that he can get his hands on to beat Triple G. Okay, I'm joking. He doesn't need any drugs. In fact, all he needs to do is believe that he can beat Triple G, and I actually believe that he believes he can do it. So what I'm about to advise Canelo to do, if he is listening, or if any of his team is listening, has nothing to do with the mind. I believe Canelo is strong-willed, he is stubborn, and he has a strong belief in himself and his abilities and skills. What I'm going to advise Canelo to do is to change his style for this fight. And that's why, with this video, it's important for me to preface that I don't think this is going to happen, which is why I believe Triple G is going to win the fight. But if Canelo does these things, he can very well win the fight. If he does these things I'm about to explain right now. Before I drop this piece of advice, let's go over the styles of these two fighters, as it's going to be important in the advice that I give. With these two fighters, everyone understands the characterization of the dynamic of this fight. You have a counter-puncher in Canelo Alvarez, in terms of that's what he does best, versus a technical, skilled aggressor in Triple G. That's the characterization he has because that's what he does best. And so, simply put, you have a guy who wants you to come to him, and then you have a guy on the other side in Triple G who wants to come to you. So it's a tailor-made fight. But for who though? For Triple G? That's arguable. For Canelo? I don't really think so. For the fans? Yes, yes, yes. We are going to get an amazing fight because these styles mesh so well together. But out of all three parties, who's worst off here? It's Canelo. It is Canelo, and that is why I'm about to drop this piece of advice. The reason why it's bad for Canelo is, sure, he's at his best when opponents are coming to him. He's able to counter, lead them into traps. He's able to work off the ropes and get his offense off. And he's good at it. Triple G is at his best when he's coming to you, cutting off the ring, keeping you in his range, setting up the distance so he can get leverage on his shots, and he's great at it. You see, Triple G is great at his style. In terms of being a technical aggressor, he's probably the best in the sport. He's great at it, while Canelo, he is at his best as a counterpuncher. He is good at it, or I'll say very good, on the brink of elite level, but he's not the best. And so Triple G being great at his style is going to trump Canelo being very good at his style, and that is why people are leaning towards Triple G if they had to put their money where their mouth is. So given that, what can Canelo do to turn that dynamic around? And that's exactly what he has to do. He has to turn that dynamic around, or at least change the dynamic. So how does Canelo change the dynamic, you may ask? Do you guys want to know why Andre Ward will never lose? Some of you may say he lost already. Some of you may say he doesn't win convincingly enough. But when it comes down to reality, the reason why Andre Ward will never lose is because he's an all-terrain fighter. I believe that's what he used to be called before he took on the moniker SOG, Son of God. But all-terrain fighter, it just means that he can fight any style. Whether it's him fighting on the inside, whether it's him fighting from the outside, whether it's him fighting at mid-distance. He can switch to southpaw so that he can confuse you or get different looks for his offense, or be in a more comfortable place for defensive purposes. Andre Ward can do everything, and when you can do everything and your opponent can just do some things, the chances of you winning increase significantly, especially when you're of the skill level of an Andre Ward. I bring up Andre Ward just to point out that Canelo has to do more things than he's done in the past. That means him fighting inside, and I believe that's where he's going to be safest. But he can't let Triple G establish the inside fighting. He has to establish the inside fighting. He has to take it to Triple G, right? Get in his chest. Hold his arms down. Throw body shots. Don't get off of him. Stay right in his chest. Then, the following round, box from the outside. Or if that's suicide for you because of Triple G's strong jab, bring him to the ropes. Do what you do best. Counterpunch. Then maybe halfway through the round, get right back in his chest, or fight from the mid-distance. Or start countering every single shot that he throws. Then unleash a savage body attack. It's these changes in style that are going to throw off Triple G. So that's number one. He has to be able to change the range the fight is being fought at, from a round to round basis, or even from a half round to half round basis. Secondly, Canelo has to, and I guess this is stemming off of my first point, he has to dictate the pace of the fight. And specifically what I mean by that is, I believe he has to be first, and he has to be pushing Triple G back. You have to be throwing shots at Triple G. Because what I've realized with Triple G is, and I saw this in the Kell Brook fight, I saw this in the Danny Jacobs fight, when you are throwing punches at Triple G, and to some degree even in the Willie Monroe fight, but when you are throwing punches at Triple G recoils and goes into a defensive mode, where there is zero offense, or very close to zero. He's not trying to throw back, he's not trying to counter you, he is simply absorbing what it is that you have to throw, and then once you're finished, he's going to start to proceed forward and try to get off his offense. But during that time where you are throwing at him, his offense is quiet, it's mute. And so, while those shots may not hurt Triple G, or may not deter Triple G in terms of instilling fear in him, it's a habit of his to not throw back during those moments, and those are moments that can win you rounds. When it looks like you're being more active than your opponent, that is something that factors into the judging and the scoring of the fight. So those are the two things there that Canelo has to do to win this fight against Triple G, and to stop Triple G from stopping him. Right, if you're able to basically dictate the range, dictate the pace, become the ring general in there, Triple G can't put you into vulnerable situations where it's easy for him to get a knockout or a stoppage. And that's how you stop Triple G from stopping you. Now, can Canelo stop Triple G? I don't believe so. But remember, when I'm saying these things, it sounds like I'm talking in absolutes, but nothing is absolute. Nothing. Anybody can be taken out with the right punch. So of course, Triple G can be stopped by Canelo. Do I see it happening? No. I do not see it happening. Triple G has a hell of a chin. And contrary to what many probably believe, I think he has a very sound defense. I don't think it's great, but I think it's sound. And so to get in that lucky shot, or to get in that, not even that lucky shot, but maybe that premeditated shot to hurt Triple G, it's going to be a task of its own. But Triple G can definitely be hurt. He can definitely be stopped. I just don't see it happening in this fight. And so, yes, I will end off by saying I don't believe what I've described here in terms of the advice is going to manifest itself on fight night. I don't see it coming to fruition. And that's why I believe Canelo, or Triple G, will stop Canelo. But if Canelo's able to employ this advice, he can very well win this fight. So boxing family, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you have your own prescriptions and advice, please drop all that in the comment section below. Gives this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Remember, hate, love, support, I love it all. And continue to stay tuned for more videos. Until next time, boxing family, it's the Boxing Doc signing off.